Hi everybody, so today's video is going to be a first impressions video. So everything I've got on my face currently I've just put on for the first time on camera to give you all my true first impression on what I thought of the product. So if you want to see what I used and what I felt about them, then carry on watching. So I'm just going to start off by clipping my hair up as always, and you may have been able to tell that I've had it dyed. I went a little bit darker at the roots so that it didn't look as obvious that I wasn't a true blonde anymore. It's gone a little bit darker at the ends. It's not the same blonde as it was. I feel like when my hairdresser dragged the brown through, it kind of darkened everything up a little bit, but I'm sure it will get there. So I'm going to start off with a foundation, and this is the 17 Stay Time up to 25 hour wear foundation. It says it's got SPF 25 and it's full cover. So this comes in a plastic bottle. It's obviously from the brand 17, so it's quite affordable, and it's got a twist like opening, which is quite good because it means it's not going to go everywhere, and also a pump. So I'm just going to pump a little bit of this out on the back of my hand. I'm going to take my foundation brush and just start working this into the skin. If I'm honest, don't have the highest hopes because it was really cheap, but some of my favourite products are the most affordable ones from the drugstore. So this was actually recommended to me by another blogger who I will link down below. Her name is Alice, and this is like her favourite foundation, so I wanted to give it a try. So far it looks kind of like a good colour for me. I think this is the second lightest shade. They did have quite a good colour range, to be honest. They had a nice mixture of pink undertoned ones and yellow undertoned ones, and it seems like a really good coverage. It doesn't look like a matte finish. You can't really, it feels a little bit tacky on the skin, but it's not uncomfortable at first anyway. And it's not matte, it looks really healthy. It's like got quite a nice dewy finish, which I quite like. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more over my cheeks. The finish of it really reminds me of my NARS Sheer Glow, although I find my NARS Sheer Glow, the colour of it, a little bit too yellow. I almost prefer the colour of this one. Now my NARS Sheer Glow lasts beautifully throughout the day, and obviously I don't know what this is going to last like, but so far the finish of it and the way that it looks on the skin looks really nice. Okay, next I normally move on to my brows so that I can leave my foundation to settle in a little bit before I go in with concealer. So the product that I've got to try today, it wasn't in my recent haul video. I actually went out to get this because I realised that everything I had to try was new, but I didn't have a brow product. So, well, one to fill in. I've had a gel, but not one to fill in my eyebrows. So I've got this one, and it's the Revlon Brow Fantasy by Colourstay, dark brown, and it's a eye pencil at one end, quite a thick pencil, and then a gel at the other. I'm not going to use the gel today because I've got one from Soap & Glory that I really want to try, but I'm going to give this one a go to fill in my eyebrows. It looked like they had 3 shades in this, and I think I got the darkest shade, which I'm not too sure whether it's going to be right or not, because I feel like I definitely don't have the darkest eyebrows ever. So I don't know how this is going to fare, but the one in the middle looked too light. So I'm just going to take a spoolie that I've got here and just brush through my eyebrows, because I can't do my eyebrows without brushing through them first. And because it is a little bit thicker, I don't know, it makes it almost easier to hold. I quite like it. I am so bad, guys. Like I don't really show this a lot. Well, I have a little bit. But I am the worst fit for like innuendos. And just when I said that sentence then, my mind literally goes to the dirtiest place. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of snoring in the background. I've got a little friend with me today. I don't think the microphone will pick it up, but basically Evie is sat next to me on the little day bed that I've got in my office, and I brought her up with a little treat and one of her favourite toys, and she's just cuddled up on my pyjama top and she's having a little snooze. So this I really like the colour of. I think it's a nice product. It's easy to work with. It goes on quite well. It is a little bit, the pencil, because it's not that fine. I'm used to working with like the Soap & Glory Archery. I feel like it's a little bit too thick. You can't really create actual eyebrow hairs because it's just a little bit too thick. first impressions, it is quite nice. And obviously I might actually use the gel on one eyebrow from this and then my Soap and Glory on another so that I can test 2 products. I just feel like, I think this is about £8, and so far the pencil, I wouldn't swap this for my Archery, if that makes sense, from Soap and Glory. I'm going to try first the gel from this side. It's quite a thin wand, quite long compared to some of them. I'm just going to brush this through. Okay, a lot of product came off there, and because it's such a long brush, it's really hard to be precise. I'm just going to brush that through because that was really quite a hefty coating. Don't know whether I'd rush out and buy it if I was in the market for a new eyebrow product. It's nothing groundbreaking. I much prefer the look of this eyebrow gel. This is Soap and Glory Archery, and it's in a tiny little packaging like the Benefit Gimme Brow if you're just having a little stretch, and the one on this is tiny, like absolutely tiny, smaller than the Clinique bottom lash mascara, smaller than any brow gel that I've ever used before. This looks much more up my street than the other one. This is in the shade Mocha Up Your Mind, and I'm just going to brush this through. A lot less product came off on this one, which I like. The Revlon one up close looks more like it's kind of set my eyebrows flat against my face, whereas the Soap and Glory one looks more like it's created hairs and it's just made my brows look fuller, whereas this looks a lot more fake than the Soap and Glory one. So definitely prefer the Soap and Glory gel over the Revlon one. Now I'm going to move on to concealer, and today I've got the 17 Stay Time concealer, which actually goes with the foundation. This was recommended to me by one of you guys. I think her name was Emily, and I've got the shade Fair, I think, and the girl that recommended this said that she actually preferred this to her collection concealer. So I love my collection concealer, so I wanted to give this one a try. I really like the shade. It's not too, I like lighter concealers under my eyes to make me look a little bit more awake, but this isn't too light. It doesn't look really obvious that I'm wearing a brightening concealer, which some of them can do. It went on quite nicely. It feels really creamy. It looks a little bit patchy, so where I'm blending it out, it's kind of separating a little bit, but it is blending quite nicely. I actually really like that concealer. It's quite a lightweight consistency compared to the collection one. I'm going to move on to next, I think, my eyes. I'm not going to be setting my foundation today because I want to see how this wears, and I want to see how it wears without powder, and I don't have a new powder to try, so I'm going to just leave my face as it is for now and go on to eyes. I'm a little bit nervous about doing this because I'm actually going to be doing an eye look that I'm not used to doing. It's kind of the first time I've ever tried anything like this. So I've got the Gosh eyeshadow palette to use. It's basically a palette of 9 eyeshadows that are all matte and cool tones. So I really want to get into wearing more matte eyeshadows on my eyes, obviously, and I really like the way that cool toned eyeshadows look. So I'm going to first start, I think, with I think this shade here, which is the second lightest shade. This palette is called To Be Cool in Copenhagen, and it's by Gosh, if I didn't just mention that. I'm just going to take that all over my eyelid just as a base, and I did just run a little bit of concealer over there, so it's kind of just to set that in place as well. And I'm going to take that quite high up. Really, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to make it up as I go along. First impression of that eyeshadow, really nicely pigmented. You can, sometimes I find like with this colour eyeshadow, they can look really chalky, or you can't really tell that you've got them on at all. This one seems really nice. And then on the same brush, I'm going to take the first colour, which is more of a white, and just take that under the brow. This might be too light for under here, but we'll give it a go anyway. I'm not really noticing a lot of fall down or anything. They seem like a really nice formula of eyeshadows. These are the first eyeshadows I've ever used from Gosh as well. So Morphe M441. It's the first time I've ever used this brush. It's quite fluffy, very affordable. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is the third one. I'm not being too daring because I'm not sure what it's going to look like. And I'm just going to use this very softly in the crease of my eye, just to add a little bit more depth. And I really want to achieve just a really nice matte eyeshadow look, and I really want to get better at this. So this is the first time that I've ever tried this, but I really love the look that my eyeshadows have on the lid, especially with cool toned eyeshadows. I really like how these are blending. Matte eyeshadows are known for, they have a reputation to not be the easiest to blend compared to shimmery eyeshadows or ones with more of a satiny finish. But these seem to be blending really nicely. I think I want to go in with the one that's just above that, which is this lightish brown shade here. It's more of a chocolatey brown. That's a lot darker. Just to build up the colour and just add a little bit more dimension. I mean, I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. This is what I'm hoping for, but whether it's going to actually come out like that, who knows. I'm now going to take a thinner blending brush, and I'm going to be really daring and take the tiniest little bit of the black shade in here, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit more and just to play, see what it looks like. I feel like I just ruined it. Okay, let's blend the heck out of this. I'm just going to take the other brush that I was using just to go over that and blend the black out. Evie's now licking her treat. If you can hear weird, gross sounds, I apologise. I'm just going to take that bone shade that I used first and just go in with a little bit more of that on the lid where I might have blended into it a little bit. Quite frankly, I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't think it looks that great, but it's definitely something that I want to practice and get better at. I don't really ever work with matte eyeshadows, so it's something new, but I really like the effect that they have, and I just really want to start wearing them. I think it's the Kylie Jenner effect I just can't seem to get away from. Okay, I think next I'm going to take a little bit of, I feel a little bit crazy going everywhere. If you prefer the more structured videos, then let me know. If you don't mind the ones where I'm just messing around and trying different things, then this video is definitely something you'll enjoy, but let me know if that's something you prefer, what kind of videos you like. I'm just taking this third colour again and just running that underneath my eye just to join it together, and because I can't do my eyeshadow apparently without bringing it underneath. When we first moved in here, my room, I don't really want to call it my office, but my makeup room where I film and everything like that, I really was overwhelmed, and a lot of you were saying please do an office tour, please do a makeup room tour, and I just thought, how can I do that? Like, I just wasn't happy with it, and I just didn't know what I was going to do in here and what it was going to look like. And then yesterday, well, over the past week, I've spent a few days in here just getting everything ready and tidying, sorting stuff out and making it a little bit more personalised, and it's coming along really nicely. And I think that definitely in the future, I don't know how far away in the future, but I would definitely consider doing a office / makeup room tour if that's something that you would like to see, because I think it's coming together now, which I'm quite happy about. I'm just taking a little bit of this brown shade that I used in my crease, just on the lower lash line, the outer corner, just to smoke that out a little bit. I'm actually really impressed with these eyeshadows. I was holding off buying this palette for so long because I kind of thought that it's a brand that I'm not used to using, and it's matte eyeshadows, and I thought it was a little bit risky. I really like those. So I'm going to leave eyeshadow there for now. I think it could look a lot better. I'm going to move on and try and do wing liner. I don't think it's going to be a crazy wing. I'm just going to do a little bit just to see what this is like. And this is the Soap & Glory Super Cat Liner that I've heard amazing things about. I'm trying to get better at wing liner. This is a kind of a bit of a thicker tip than I'm used to on the L'Oreal Super Liner. But I'm going to give it a go anyway. I think I'm just going to do quite a thin line and then maybe wing it out a little bit. We'll just have to see how this goes. It's just a little bit thicker than I'm used to, and it kind of is scaring me a little bit. Oh, see my brain every time. Okay, should we try and do a wing? So I'm going to follow the bottom of this waterline up towards my brow. We'll see how it goes. Okay, that's a long wing. Maybe I'm not doing a small wing today, guys. Maybe this is going to be the biggest wing I've ever done. Now I'm going to do some kind of freaky eye pulling motion and just Told you it was thicker than I was used to. Oh, crumbs. I don't even have anything here to rectify it. I've got a makeup wipe. Okay, so basically I shouldn't have concealed or done my under eye eyeshadow until I'd used this liner. Rookie mistake number one. Let's square that line off. Let's just apparently take off your whole face of makeup that you've just done. Why not? Okay, doesn't look too bad. First impressions and all that. I just want to make that a little bit more pointy at the edge. Why is winged liner even a thing? Why does it have to be fashionable? Why does it have to look so good on so many people apart from me, and why can't I do it? Seriously. I think it looks so freaky on me. I don't know. What do we think? Now I'm going to do the same on the other eye, but it's going to look completely different. So bear with me while I crack on. This is a really nice felt tip. I feel like if you are an expert at wing liner, or you're more confident at it than me, you will get on with this completely fine. It's a really nice texture and it's really black, but maybe if you're a newbie and not as confident, not the best one to start with. I feel like my L'Oreal Super Liner is so much easier than this. It's just a good job I'm not going out public today, isn't it, really? Don't mind me, I'm just going to spend the next 4 hours trying to perfect. It's a good job I wasn't around in the 60s, isn't it? Because this is how they all used to wear the makeup. Evie's heading off. Okay, let's move things swiftly on. The next product I've got is the Rimmel London Trio. This is the contour, blush and highlight palette. I've got the lightest shade, and I'm going to use the bronzer and also the blusher in here. I'm going to use a different highlight, but I'm going to use the majority of these products today. So I've got my Real Techniques bronzer brush, which I always use, and I'm just going to take the contour shade and try and give my face a little bit more shape with this. The shade looks quite nice. It's not too orange, it's not too brown, it's quite a nice contour. I'll just bronze up the rest of the face while Evie's having a little run around on the carpet. It's a really nice contour shade. I'm going to go in with the blusher now. They're really nicely pigmented, but not too much. They just give the right amount of colour and you can build them up. Or you could build that one up, I don't know about this. So now I'm just going to do my pose a little smile face and pop a little bit of this. It's quite a peachy blush. Almost there. Highlight, I've got this sleek palette. It's called Solstice. It's a gorgeous gold packaging, really pretty, and then you get, I think it's 1 cream and 3 powder highlights. I might take the cream one, which is this one up here, just a very soft pink on my 4th finger, and just pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. Wowzers. Can you see? I literally put the tiniest amount on my finger then. That is really pigmented. Last but not least, in fact, I've not even done mascara yet. Okay, let's do mascara. I've got, sorry, I feel like I'm everywhere today and I just feel all over the place. But this is the Max Factor Voluptuous False Lash Effect Mascara. This is their new one. I think it's around the £10 mark, which to me for a drugstore mascara is quite pricey. Whoa, that's a big wand. I think it's a plastic wand. It looks quite spiraled. It's a really strange shape. I'm not sure whether I'd be running out to buy this and spend £10 on it, but it might be one of those that once it's dried out a little bit, it's better. I honestly think this is the biggest mascara wand I have ever used. And it's probably the one with the least payoff. For my lips, I'm going to use the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Colour, and this is in the shade, I think I've taken the label off. I think this is in the shade Seduction. I'll link it below anyway and put it in the description box. I'm just going to go in with a second coat. It's not instantly matte. Obviously I've just applied them, but it's definitely not drying straight away to a matte finish, which I kind of think is a good thing because I feel like it's not going to be too drying. So overall, I think this is probably one of the most successful first impression videos that I've done. I've done a few of these in the past and haven't liked quite a lot of products that I've used in this video, in these videos, but today I'm pretty happy. I would say that I would use everything again. The only thing is that mascara hasn't really blown me away, but I'm willing to give it another shot and keep going with it. So that's everything that I've got to show you today. In my MAC haul, I did say that I was going to be giving away a lipstick of the person's choice on this channel, and I have got the giveaway winner today to announce, and her name is Sarah Pluck. So Sarah, if you want to DM me on Twitter your details, I will get one sent out to you straight away and let me know which one it is that you also want. Thank you to everyone who entered. I love doing these giveaways and I do them all the time, so don't feel like because you didn't win this time that you won't want to enter again, because everyone has as much chance as everybody else, and I am going to continue doing them on this channel. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.